One of the reasons we believe this work is so important is simply the scale of the contribution of building and the built environment to both the causes of climate change and also the effects, the scale of the involvement of the built environment with the effects of climate change on society. Building produces more than 40% of greenhouse gases just from the building and operation of buildings of the built environment. And of course, when you extend to questions of transportation, how we extend and grow cities, the products of building and how we live on the earth become even more significant. There are a whole range of effects of climate change, social, political, cultural, but the physical effects of climate change also place cities and buildings on the front lines as well. In this context, an architecture department like MIT, which is deeply concerned with both practice, but also very much with research and thinking about how practice changes into the future, we collect and support a whole range of faculty, a different set of viewpoints on this crisis, on how we approach it, and on the necessary tools we need to face it. And so this exhibit creates in each of the containers you see behind me a kind of a world of research and thinking about the built environment and climate, and a vision for the world and how the world can enter into the best adjacent possibilities we have to live with the climate future we now face. MIT is all in on thinking about how we can build a more equitable and sustainable future for the entire planet. And the School of Architecture is thinking strategically about how the tools of building will contribute to this work, along with collaborators across MIT, from material science to earth and planetary science to chemical engineering to history and anthropology. And so this collaborative effort of research at MIT, of transforming the world through knowledge and applied research, is very much the core of what we do. And it's part of why, in fact, this exhibit is not configured as a series of glass cases or boards on the wall. It, in fact, is a series of workshop tables that lets you see the work in progress. And with a focus on sustainability, we've even designed the exhibit to become a series of workshop tables that will travel back to MIT and be housed in our new laboratories and building and be sustaining this work quite literally for many years to come.
So I think that as a society, and maybe this is too big of a generalization, but certainly as a discipline of architecture, we have learned to understand the entanglements between these different modalities and sort of timelines that really contribute to the planetary crisis. From things that are operating on geological level to things that are really daily life in a school child anywhere on the planet. So in a way, this also means that we are able to understand that in a way that climate crisis and its related crises are multi-layered, that they require responding to, or basically they require responding, or I think the climate crisis requires a response that is commensurate to the way that it itself operates. It is everywhere all at once. And in some sense, this is where the MIT Architecture Department comes in with the kind of logic of climate crisis itself, to both study it and propose certain solutions to it. So when you consider the exhibition itself, it's including the work that our faculty is doing, all related to different narratives of climate crisis in the kind of planetary ways in which that crisis is transformative. So what we have done in the context of the exhibition is then sample that research as it is, research in progress, maybe in opposition to the way in which we think of the Biennale often as a polished kind of body of work and a set of statements. We were interested in presenting the work exactly as it is right now. Sort of sometimes it's tinkering, sometimes it's uncertain yet about its outcomes. But I would say in all of the cases, there are inklings of possibilities in it. And in order to do that, we sort of allowed everyone an equal plot in the context of Palazzo Diedo, so that the work can be compared, measured, understood as a totality. And in this, I think the sound is actually really an important dimension. It is documentary sound that we collected from the research. And we were hoping that it would enable some of the kind of relationships that we already tried to curate through proximities of topics.
Here today we have a presentation of 37 faculty works from the School of Architecture and Planning at MIT. And throughout the course of this exhibition, we were thinking about how we bring the labs of MIT and the research initiatives at MIT into the Palazzo Diedo to transform the space from its historic palazzo into a space where our research is really evident throughout the exhibition. So a lot of the tables were designed in partnership with local architects and craftspeople, and to think about how we can not only use this exhibition as a way to showcase our work, but also bring the work back to MIT as well. So here, from the 37 frames that we've built, we're actually thinking about how we can continue to use these frames back in the new MIT Metropolitan Warehouse building. So each frame becomes 2 separate tables to be used as workshop tables and studio desks for students and researchers at the MIT School of Architecture. So our exhibition also includes an immersive soundscape that takes sounds from each project and each research lab, and they're stitched together throughout these curatorial themes and the places that these projects could take place in. So for the wood, we have the forest, we have the swamp, we have the playground, we have ideas about domesticity and the home, and ideas about mechanical systems in the building. So all of the projects here are presented as works in progress, works that are still in progress and being worked through as we speak. And so right now this is a horizontal cut of all the work that we're working on, ranging from the scale of materials and the detail to scale of buildings, all the way up to ideas about urban agriculture and new urban spaces that are currently under construction.